Hello and welcome to the Hainan Master Spring Invitational. My name is Nomad. Joining me is Mo Farah as we get into the second game of Viking versus GODSENT in this best of 3 elimination series down in the lower bracket. GODSENT backs against the wall, fighting for their tournament lives against the monstrous beasts of Viking, which may well look like the second best team in this tournament, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Well, they look like the third best at the moment because they're not in the upper bracket, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, they actually got, I think it's important to mention, they got knocked out by GODSENT off the upper bracket. Yeah, takes you back, doesn't it? Back on 15th of January, 4 days ago that happened. Amazing how things change.
That would be back in my day. That first series that they played was really close as well, but I think ever since then, they've been playing in like 3 tournaments at once. They're playing like a lot of data at the moment on Viking. Yeah. Guess what gets banned out straight away by GODSENT?
Oh yeah, see you later, IO. It's that classic meme, isn't it? You can play against Aramis IO. You lose against Aramis IO. You ban Aramis IO because you're not stupid.
If they don't ban Mag here as well, I'm pretty sure Viking are going to pick that one up like almost instantly.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Let's see what they go for. Yeah, it'll be the Mag. Well done. Nice prediction. 10 out of 10.
It's almost like Mag's a very good hero.
Almost. Alright, what's GODSENT going to go for then? We've got the Disruptors that let through. Didn't really work out great for them. Disruptor Puck, Wyvern. There's another good support, isn't there? Oh no, that's
Doom is still in the pool.
Not many people playing Doom that much recently, but yeah, definitely a decent one. I think Edge is underrated, actually. A lot of heroes, like, Lil's team was first phasing it, and okay, they go for the Wyvern and the Doom.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I think this is an okay option. Like, it gives you the option to counter-initiate with the curse if, like, the Magnus ever goes into RP. I worry that this Doom is... I don't know, I feel like it's a support that's not going to be able to pressure the Mag enough if they do play it as a 4. So the Mag should just be able to farm the jungle pretty freely. And I like this Lich pick a lot as well. We've been playing this hero a lot, as has every other team. Really good in the laning stage. You just get like 6 mangoes or whatever it is at the start of the game. Just push somebody out of the lane. And the Frost Shield's really good against the Wyvern as well. Interesting that Disruptor wasn't picked up in the first 4. Interesting stats from day 1 at the major, by the way, in the group stage. Disruptor has the highest win rate. It won 8 out of 9 games. And guess what the lowest win rate was? It got played in 11.
Oh, I think I know this one, actually. Is it Drow?
No, it's Rubik.
Rubik? Oh, okay.
I think it won like 2 out of 11 or something. It was really bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I don't know. I felt like this about a lot of the teams that have been first facing Rubik, though. Like, it's been really popular, but I feel like it's not as strong as other heroes at the moment.
Not when you can't see the opponent's heroes, no. It's one of those ones which I feel like can be amazing in the right circumstances, if he has good spells to steal, etc. But if he doesn't, then, yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad hero.
On par hero. No, but he's you know, there's really strong supports right now. Disruptor, Lich, Wyvern, to main but a few. Anyways, GODSENT take the Slark. Yeah, I feel like Viking would have definitely gone for it if they let it through, and their response is going to be Elder Titan almost immediately.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it looks like this Mag is going mid. No big surprise there. And the Lich and Elder Titan will be their support duo.
I'd like to see Toby play this Batrider or Puck in the off lane for Viking. I think it's one of their next 2 picks. I think it's a decent Puck game. Kind of controls the Slark a decent amount. Obviously, he can just purge off the coil, which is really annoying, but the Puck ET lane is really strong as well.
Oh, you can't purge the coil, but you can purge the stun of the coil. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's what I mean.
I want to, you know, validate yourself. But there's my Edge coming through. There she is, a little spronky girl coming out as the 4th pick for GODSENT.
It's got to be Batrider for me, I think. If it's not banned, I feel like Toby's really good at that hero. It's not an easy bat game necessarily, but I think the pressure that it offers on the map is crazy.
Yeah, and, you know, it's really nice to have this source of magic damage against these high armor heroes. But instead they go for the Puck. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. It's nice control. You know, if the Enchantress overextends, they're going to punish her really badly. Stops Enchantress getting Sproink with the Ags, which is obviously really important, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
you said that way too seriously.
I like that. I like that it's a hero that can jump on the backline and try and control the Wyvern while the rest of the team are fighting the front lines as well. I think they needed
That's
a way
exactly
of,
it.
being able to pick off the Wyvern.
Yeah, GODSENT have a really strong backline here. They've got a really strong backline in the Wyvern and the Enchantress. You need to disrupt this, and the Puck does do that more than the Bat a little bit.
I think so. Abaddon and Omni are both banned.
I'll be very surprised if Viking don't go for Lifestealer.
Lifestealer? I don't think it's a great Lifestealer game.
Okay, you don't like the Slark that much, but at the same time, you love playing against Doom. You like playing against Enchantress and Wyvern as that hero, and you can get inside the Puck. And it's one of the few carries I can see for them right now, which can actually have the mobility to get in the backlines, whilst also being a viable hero to pair it with Magnus. It's got to be something which can jump, I feel.
I think Lifestealer is really hard to play against Ench in the laning stage, and I think Wyvern really disrupts him in the mid game. I think they need something that can scale it like a little bit quicker. If that makes sense. I don't know what it would be, because a lot of the heroes that we've seen Shad play are banned out now. Either the Drow, the Bloodseeker, the PL. A Tiny's still in the pool if they want to go for it. I'm not sure it's amazing, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Ursa again isn't.
You want something which works with the mag though. The tiny mag feels very dumb.
It's not horrendous. They could put the mag safe lane as well and put something else mid. I think we have to point that out.
Mag Tiny would also be over 100% cleave, which is always enjoyable to watch.
What about if they just put the mag safe lane and then pick like something different for a boom? I'm thinking maybe something like a storm might be okay. Obviously, they don't know their lane opponent, which might make it a little bit difficult, but it allows them to jump onto these squishy supports like the Wyvern and the Ench. Or maybe like TA as well is okay.
Yeah, TA could definitely add the momentum they want. I feel like you can just kind of go like Lena or something, just put some pressure on the Magnus.
I think Lena's really kind of plays into their hands
Ooh.
a little bit too much. Oh no! Oh god!
Okay,
We're back.
Okay.
We're back.
We were just testing out the stream.
Panic over everybody.
Yeah. Every time the stream stops, I'm always just like, oh god, it's going wrong.
I also want to say I really like the Viking do this every time we see them play, where they wait for all their time to be used before they ban and then instantly pick their hero. Like they don't ban and then wait 40 seconds and then pick their hero and just give the opponent time to think.
Yeah, it's very important to do that. If you can, if you know for sure. There goes the Pugna, and in comes the Ursa. Okay, Viking gonna go for the Ursa Warrior. Yeah, this is actually a really, really nice pick. I forgot. My mind still doesn't believe that Ursa's a high mobility hero, but he really, really is with this new spell. So this is gonna give them something to get on top of the Wyvern and the Enchantress, and also rip through this Enchantress's defenses. One of the heroes which Ursa loves playing against. Like he will eat this hero, and it's quite lore friendly as well. She's a fawn, he's a bear. It works.
Can he Earthshock out of Slark Pounce? I don't think...
He used to be able to, but I'm fairly sure he can't anymore. I think they changed it. So no, they changed it for roots. I don't think they changed it for leashes.
Leash counts as a root, though, I think.
Well, it has the same settings as a root, but it's not the same labeled mechanic. So don't know if Valve changed that coding or not. That's a level of detail we're getting into now. But I think he can't. I would say he cannot. But
let's put the spaghetti through the machine. What do we get? I need something that lanes up against Mag as well. I think Storm or TA are the two that I would look at for God.
Oh, yeah. Or Huskar, I guess. Okay,
dear.
That's going to give them a decent amount of early game to ensure the Slark comes online. It's the El Classic of pick a Huskar, win your lane, and allow someone to just run over the enemy team whilst a carry free farms and takes a late game for you, but is it going to be enough, especially against this Magnus Ursa? I feel like their timings are really messed up now on GODSENT. You're either going to be fighting with a weak Slark or a weak Huskar later on, and I'm not sure how well this goes to you, but Huskar does scale better than he used to, so in that regard, he might still be a valid pickup, especially with the disarm onto the Ursa. It might come in really important, but it's not like a game where they're entirely relying on the Ursa just to blow people up really quickly. Like, they can wait a little bit. They can reset. They've got the Elder Titan. They've got the Lich. They've got the Magnus. They've got all these things to come in behind the Ursa. So I don't think, you know, if this was a draft entirely based around the Ursa, then this would be a fantastic pick, but it's not. And that's my concern right now.
I feel like they haven't got enough that enables the Huskar on their team as well. Like, even if they had something like just a Lich, right? I think it makes it so much stronger. Like, they don't have an Omni, they don't have an Abba, they don't have a Lich, they don't have these heroes that make Huskar really hard to play against. Like, there's not even a Drow, for example.
Yeah, and Wyvern Huskar is really awkward as well, because Huskar, whilst he does love being healed, he does not love sitting still and not attacking anybody in the middle of a fight. Like, he wants to keep on fighting, so that's a really awkward combination as well.
I look at this lineup of GODSENT, and I think they've kind of all just picked heroes they like want to play. Yeah, I feel like Vikings lineup makes a lot more sense as like as a 5 overall.
Agreed.
Like, the laning stage is really strong on GODSENT, but I don't see how they transition it, because like this mag's still going to farm really quick in the woods, right? He has some power. He doesn't care about this Huskar lane necessarily too much. They can just send the Lich or the ET mid to just try and keep their tower alive as long as possible. I think as long as their lanes just don't get run over on Viking, they should be fine.
I agree. If you can keep controlling this Huskar, things are going to be okay. And even if he does get out of control in the middle lane, that... Oh, God, what's that last game? A win with 0-0-16 on Urshay. Okay, fine, whatever. Anyway.
Perfect score.
Yeah, perfect support score. What a player. Anyway, let's get into it. Viking versus GODSENT, game number 2. And with their backs against the wall, GODSENT go for a unusual draft. I also want to point out the 3... heroes with right-click modifiers, you know, going to be very pretty. But back to things that actually matter. It's a very fast-paced kind of Huskar with a very slow-paced Slark, but if they hit a timing on the Slark as well, I think you do have to focus on controlling this guy up. Will they be able to do that with a Puck Elder Titan off lane? I'm not sure how much pressure you can put on with that. What do you think?
I think the Elder Titan Puck lane is really strong. I don't know why the Slark hasn't bought more regen at the start of the game. He's got Quelling Blade, Ring of Protection, and then 6 tangos. I feel like this Elder Time Puck should be able to really lay in the hurt. 30 seconds. Like, if this Ench ever gets caught out of position, I think she just dies.
Really? I'll be surprised. I don't see the damage output from these guys, but then it is Puck.
It's an ET. He just punches them, dude.
True, punching an Enchantress is much easier now that her Untouchable is her ultimate, which
Slark
still
doesn't have any regen, by the way, because Ench has a headdress, so that makes a little bit more sense now.
Oh, okay, so she helps out a little bit on that front. Solari fighting up with Neuer for the bounty rune here. Neuer not going to be nearly close enough to try and grab that one off him. Meanwhile, Ira going to take the 1 bounty rune for the Dire, and it's going to be 3 for the Radiant. It's feeling pretty good for them to start things off. 3 bounty runes, meaning the gold advantage is in their favor. Yep, let's go. Viking into the lower bracket semi-final. No, not quite. Not quite.
So they have a 400 goal lead at the start of the game, right? That's pretty sick.
It's not bad. It's not bad. So, Wish versus Boom in the middle lane. Magnus probably not going to have an amazing time in this middle lane, I wouldn't think, unless he can just do some fancy last hitting. It's starting off pretty good, but Wish also trying to set him on fire, just get through his regen as quickly as possible, and Boom already bringing himself a salve out, of course. And we'll just try and regen as much as he can. Meanwhile, we completely miss First Blood happening in another lane as Shad brings down Boogie. Ursa versus Doom. It's a very nice lane for the Ursa.
Yeah, this Magnus has to have a really good start to the lane in mid. Like, he needs to try and at least do really well on the first, like, 2 or 3 waves. Because at that point, you know, the Huskar, if he's had a good start to the lane, you're not going to be able to lane at all on the mag. He's probably going to go back to the jungle anyway at, like, this level 3 to 4 mark. But before then, he really needs to try and make the most of this level.
So it's been just trying to trade regen for as much CS as possible to see if he can get an early pair of boots or something. Yes. And yeah, okay. Meanwhile, Neuer, this time it's him getting run down. And with the slow and the swipes from Shad, they're actually able to grab another kill down in this bottom lane. A fantastic start for Viking in the bot as this Lich Ursa lane. I mean, it's a disgusting lane. We know this. This isn't any big surprise, but they are shoving on the aggression right now. I think this is more GODSENT not really respecting the combination. And this might be Boogie going down as well here. They're going to keep on chasing him. He's losing his health really quickly to the overpower. Level 3 on the Ursa, and Boogie just about... Nope, he's down. He's down. They dive him under the tower. Who needs to see to cast? We don't need to see to cast.
I mean, I basically cast as if my eyes are closed all the time anyway. So, if boom, there's no way.
Oh, very far coming out. He's got a salve as well. He will survive for now, but Boom is walking all over this Huskar in the middle lane currently. Huskar down 7-3, whilst Boom has 9-3 and nearly brings the Huskar down, forcing a salve out of him. That salve doesn't seem like much, but it is actually a pretty big deal. Forcing Huskar to use his salves early on, and if you can get him to buy another one, it just does take so much out of his tempo because he wants to be spamming out these braces, you know? It's a race against the clock in the middle lane versus a Huskar. He's trying to buy as many braces as possible, and you're trying to stop him being able to do so, basically. And Boom is doing a fantastic job. I feel like this is like the third or fourth unfavorable matchup that Boom's gone into, and he's looking great.
Thank God Toby's taken a point in phase shift, by the way. There's a lot of pucks off, especially the support ones that would normally go 2-4-0, just for that full burst potential. But when you're playing against the Ench in lane,
yeah, I was going to say,
dear God, do not let him hit you with those impetuses.
No, I think that's a fairly expected level up there. But yeah, thank God he did, because you can't face tank impetuses as a puck.
Yeah, worth pointing out, Boom actually went for 1-1-1 build, so didn't get the second point in power at level 3. Kind of slows down his jungling a little bit, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Neuer being chased here, but they're just immediately going to TP him out here. So Neuer says goodnight and gets himself to safety as quickly as possible. Nice play there, realizing they don't have any stuns and trying to take advantage of that, which is a great solution to this relatively bloody bottom lane.
I know, this Slark's having a free lane, though.
Oh, he is.
They easily just pulled the lane. So I thought they would be trying to pressure this Slark more, but he's
Nice
kind of
hit
just
from
doing whatever
Toby.
he wants on it.
He's being very annoying down there. Very annoying. Magnus, meanwhile, he's actually started things off with, this is interesting, Bracer, Gloves of Haste, rather than going for the boots as expected. Meanwhile, Solari goes down in the bottom lane, doesn't have the capability of getting away from Neuer and Doom, it looks like, and just gets run down by the two of them. They can pretty much do to the Ursa and Lich what the Ursa and Lich do to them, right? Like, once they have a couple of points in their spells with Infernal Blade and Scorched Earth, then the slow comes in, and the percentage-based damage from the Winter's from the... What's that spell called?
The what? What, the Arctic Burn?
Arctic Burn, that's it, thank you.
Neuer's in trouble here.
Yeah, he's dead. He is 100% dead. There is a zero chance of him getting out of this one. Down goes the Wyvern. Questionable, to say the least.
You cannot pull waves away from a Lich that's level 3 and has gone 2-1-0.
Yeah, with
especially when the Ursa can just link up so quickly. Like, look at the
Ow.
damage.
that was a crit. Okay. Not very much chill. Shad, though, doesn't quite get in range for the Frost Shield to take effect, though, so Boogie should be able to get himself to safety, though. Jumping up into the high ground, did the slow land? It certainly did. The level 1 slow, they're not doing too much. Shad still trying to chase in Boogie, though, running to the tower. Don't know where he's planning on going here, but he is slowed up by the Orb of Venom. In come the creeps. No! Ooh, okay, they don't hit him, but he does go down to the tower instead of the Ursa. I guess that's something, but, well... I like what Neuer's doing here, though. He's going to take both bounty runes, which actually makes that not that worth it, to be honest. It is worth it, but not by much. Does find him a bit of value, and nice dodges there as well from Toby. Just doesn't want to get hit by that impetus. It's a little bit too painful, I'm afraid.
I mean, Toby's going to suffer a little bit up here in the top lane now, just because of this Huskar pressuring the mid lane so much. But, I mean, it's fine. As long as this mag just keeps farming stacks like he is at the moment.
Ooh, yeah, this is nice. And not waiting for the level 7 as we usually see, but, you know, what else are you going to do? Boogie getting slowed up a little bit here. Shad's trying to come back into this one. And I like the way that the Lich moved away with he had the Splinter Blast coming out onto him. So playing it nice and careful. And Boogie's got to be cautious here, coming in close. But there is no mana for a jump from the Ursa unless he pops that wand, which would mean he's got no kind of get out of jail free card with that wand. And I'm going to salve him up. He pops a wand anyway, so whatever.
This level 2 Scorched Earth is when you really start to do a lot of damage, though. So
Truth.
I like what they're doing. on the bot lane. Now on this dire side, they kind of realized that they were losing the lane really hard, but they're not afraid to just keep up the pressure, at least, force now that this Lich doesn't have as much regen as he did before, especially on the Mango side. They can pressure a little bit harder.
Huskar, meanwhile, he's got the double D in the middle lane. Oh, he's actually taking it to the jungle, so Huskar's jungling as well at this stage.
Everybody's jungling.
Everybody's
just taking
jungling.
Ancients, right?
Not even level 7, but everyone's just jungling. I mean, I guess, sure. Why not? You got a DD, go for it. Still seems weird, though. Usually you see the Huskar pressuring the tower, but this guy's just like, nope, Elder Titan's there. He's going to have a free mid lane all by himself. And you're going to see this Elder Titan come out of the laning phase with a ton of levels, unless he runs away from mid lane like he's doing now.
I think
And
if
he's
this
going
bot
to
lane
jungle.
hadn't gone...
Oh, he's stacking. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Go ahead.
If this bot lane hadn't gone as well as it had on the Radiant side, I think they'd be a little bit worried, but the Xerxes had a really good start to the game, so they should feel pretty good about this, I think. The ET's getting a decent amount of levels mid, or he had as well, so I imagine they're probably a little bit ahead in terms of XP.
Ooh, that's fairly nice. Wish grabbing the royal jelly for himself. Meanwhile, Shad jumping onto Boogie down to the bottom lane, but OKC has come here as well, so it's going to be a 3-on-1, but in comes over Aramis, making it a 3-on-3, getting stomped up immediately. Solari dropping low, Noya coming in to try and finish the job, and will be able to do so with the singular right click, but Aramis just going onto Boogie here, but I'm not sure this is the right play, just going to get gunned down. GODSENT find 2 kills on the bottom lane as the rotation in from Viking, a little bit clumsy. Meanwhile, Ira looking for Toby, but Toby, he's in a weird bit of tree right here, which Ira cannot see. Look at him, he's just right-clicking him, he's like, come and get me. I know you can't get here.
Do not fight into the Doom's fire, guys. He is...
Yes. Well, you can fight now that it's down, and the damage might come in now, which the... oh, okay, they've got the Cold Embrace, but unfortunately that's not going to remove these Furies. Oh my god, just gets 2-shot the moment he comes out by Solari and by the Ursa. So, okay, Sia and Noya going to back themselves up from this one. Aramis just going to come and hit him with his briefcase a little bit.
I mean, look at the Mag's net worth, though, and look at the Huskar's net worth.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what we expected at all.
But there's no difference because he just jungles, and he jungles so quickly on this area. He has a Talon now as well, by the way. Yeah. He's like, they're the same amount of XP. It's not like the Mag's fallen behind at all.
But Wish has the Royal Jelly.
He does, correct.
That 5 HP regen.
Yeah, and like Toby's not going to win this lane top right, but he's not losing. Like, he's still getting something from the lane.
Shad in some trouble here. Going to have to pop the ultimate, but they're not giving up right now. They've still got the slows on him, so they're going to keep on chasing him down. Boogie's just on his face, but in comes the save. Boom with the 3-man RP, and they will just annihilate the entirety of GODSENT. Boom just deletes the bottom lane. Shad gets out absolutely fine. A phenomenal skewer from Boom, saving the day. My god, that was...
You know what? Do you know what Shad's saying right now?
Thank you.
He's like, man, I baited that so hard.
Or me, baby. Me. Yeah, bloody carry players. You're right there, actually. Jesus, that was very, very nice. Okay. Viking not making the same mistake in the bottom lane twice there as they're able to hold it down. GODSENT finally punished. And, well, Viking really looking good in this laning phase. Coming up on the 10-minute mark. And, yeah, this mid lane has gone brilliantly for them. Bottom lane has gone absolutely perfectly for them now, basically. The only thing they've got going for them is that their Slark is decently farmed, but neck and neck is not where they want it to be in this laning phase. Not when you pick a Huskar, but maybe the hero has changed slightly than what we're used to. Let's see how it plays out. I am still interested in this one. Meanwhile, Noya comes in and denies the haste rune there, and then gets some harassing whilst he's at it as well.
You gotta coil for those outposts, by the way. It doesn't do anything. It's really bad, but you know, just it's the power play. Make sure they don't get it straight away.
Yeah, kill the Enchantress, kill her courier, kill her creeps as well. Send a message. You are dead, your family is dead, your children are dead. And Ingo's Wish, he's just going in on this one right now. Got to get skewered back, which is actually kind of helpful. He doesn't get caught in the stomp. And he's just going to fight into the Earth Splitter here. Brings down 1, might bring down 2. Look at those heals, though, coming in massively from Noya. He did actually pop his armlet as that heal came in. That's why it looked so impressive. But still, I mean, he gets a kill onto the Magnus. Feels good for Wish. And now the tier 1 tower in the middle lane's going to go down. This is pretty big news. GODSENT, they find themselves a strike back after the disaster in the bottom lane.
Yeah, really well played. I think if that stomp hits there on the Huskar, then maybe it's a little bit better. But I mean, massive play by Wish, and the fact that you take this mid tier 1, yeah, instantly opens up the Roche pit. I think the Radiant realise that it's going on,
Or
but
it doesn't. Yeah, they've got heroes coming over. They've got the Elder Titan, which is just really annoying to play Roche against.
Oh, true.
Gives you vision in the pit. You can stomp whenever Roche is low. It doesn't have the Earth Split, but when you do, there's no way to escape it.
I think when this mag gets blink, that's the big moment for the Radiant side. They can like really start to look up for set up for kills. You have the RP into the Earth Splitter from the Elder Titan. You know, you've got this Ursa coming through with Empower as well. I think it's not. I can't believe he got the 3-man RP bot before without having a blink. You know, that's
who needs blink when you've got skewer, 2-man skewer into 3-man RP. That's the way to do it. Yeah, he's got loads of money. My God, rocking up with the Echo Saber, got the blink queued up, pretty close. Considering the time, I mean, he just rips through the Ancients as well. No worries here at all. Even Solari picking up a couple of these with the Frost Shield. Yeah, his farm is accelerating at a fairly scary rate. But then the Huskar's doing well as well. He took that middle tower. He will be hunting around that Roche pit, really forcing Viking to pay attention to him. But look at me plays.
I assume the Ench Purge still works on like Frost Shield and stuff, for example, as well, right? So it's really good against Ursa. It's really good against Lich. So I was thinking about what the Ench's job now is this game after the laning stage. Is this guy gonna die to Roche like we saw the other day? That's the question.
He's got the. It's in the armlet toggles where the danger comes in. You got to time it in between the hits, and Wish appears to be doing so, unless you get bashed right beforehand, or just do that. Get the disarm out. Nicely done by Wish. Playing it low, playing it on the line, but doing it right. Who died to Roche the other day? Can we name and shame, or do we not remember?
I can't remember who it was.
Yeah. Okay, Winter's Curse. No. There you go, Puck. You're not getting to that orb, unfortunately. Should still be going down here. Wish will finish the job with an inner fire. Well placed. 2-man sleep, though, with Magnus here to land an RP. Maybe Solari goes for the ultimate, but no, they're going to let them get themselves away.
They did just buy themselves like 5 seconds of time, though, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Is that the biggest way? Yeah, is that the biggest way to get a net worth advantage? Just let your Elder Titan stomp people whilst they're trying to farm. Meanwhile, Solari gets dropped. Is called out a little bit there by Era and Co. What does Era actually have on the Slark? He's got a decent amount of net worth, but has he finished the defusal yet? It's my big question. Will it get answered? Era? Oh, Aramis. He's going to get pulled down a second hero here, and in comes a charge forwards, but actually, he's just going to get immediately stunned up. RP does come out, but he gets the ultimate out just in time on the Slug. That doesn't feel great. Boom trying to play around this one, but unfortunately, this might be the end, and they're just going to quite happily break open that tether. Era trying to find himself into the darkness, get a couple of his heals off. Shad nearby, but doesn't have the entrance into the fight, doesn't really have the range. So, everyone's just going to go back to farming for now. But there's still more pressure actually coming out from GODSENT.
They need to stop doing this thing where they're fighting the heroes that they can't fight, like last game, right? Just chill, let the Huskar do his thing, take towers. But I think GODSENT are playing much better this game. They understand that it's their job to play the tempo like it was last time, but they're actually playing.
Sir, he's in the river. He's still got that in range, so he can pop that whenever. Oh, what a beautiful, actually. He's turning around. He might kill Area. They're going to have to pop another Winter's Curse. Actually surprised it's off cooldown, but I don't think they're getting this kill here as the Slark has running himself away. Okay, see. Oh, never mind. Okay, they drop him. They drop him like a stack of bricks, actually. The damage from the Impetus plus the Wyvern over top. This is level 7 on the Enchantress, so this is when she's strongest. And this is a great timing they're working towards right now. They've got a Doom to throw out onto the Puck if they want to, but Puck knows what's up. He throws out the silence, but unfortunately it's not enough to save the Tier 2 tower. Tier 2 will fall, and GODSENT, they are finding their momentum eventually. It took a bit of patience. We were worried, but they have managed to turn up the pressure now, and Viking will see whether they can cook or if they can swim.
This Lark's doing a really good job of just getting these D wards as well. I assume he's bought his own sentries. I don't know whose they were. They might be his, they might be somebody else's, but he's playing really aggressively on this map and just taking away all the vision on this Radiant side.
Yeah, really being thorough. Inserting their dominance. Inserting
their dominance. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's getting a bit graphic there. GODSENT? Are they actually going on to the high ground fight? No, they're not. But Wish is going on to the high ground. He's happy to do so. No concerns in the world for him.
They have ET and Lich though, so these fights aren't, necessarily easy for the Dire side.
No, certainly not.
Just going
And
high
this
ground.
tower's already half health. There needs to be a response, but what can they do? Does Magnus have a blink? Even if he does, what does he actually do? Blink, RP, and Aegis Huskar? That doesn't seem like a good move. They're just going to let the tower fall. It's gone. Meanwhile, they actually don't have their Puck and their Ursa right now. These guys are pushing down bottom lane, but they're only looking for a tier 2. Meanwhile, they're getting raxed by GODSENT. But this is obviously a big call here from Viking just to say, don't go. Just wait. We need a couple more items. We need a little bit more time, but they're doing it. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I'm not going to criticize. He had a great RP earlier, so...
I love that voice line from Mensch. He sees a skewer miss and he's like, I love winning.
Yeah, that's the blink reveal, and that's underwhelming to say the least. And, you know, they just go, well, we still got creeps in the middle. I feel like you need to come and get rid of the mid creeps or something if you're going to try and outlast this push here, outlast this Aegis, because he's got still a good minute left on this Aegis, and they're looking for a tier 2 tower. I don't think they'll go for anything more than this, but with the Doom available, Winter's Curse, they've got a ton in their pockets. Lich actually getting caught out a little bit there. Might be able to get himself... No, he's dead. He's out of there. Ira grabbing that kill. And sneaking around the side, maybe. Maybe looking up onto the high ground or something like that. No? Okay.
You need to buy back here as well on the Lich.
They need his shield.
Mid-creep wave.
They really need his shield.
Yeah. I mean, Puck's trying to cut the mid-creep wave, but there's a wave top. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And they've already taken... Like, if you cut the creep wave before the tier 2 goes down, you're laughing. You're good. The GODSENT are unable to do anything, but you didn't do that, and now you're facing the consequences. I don't understand why the Puck and the Ursa were both down at bottom. There was no reason for that, and now they've taken 2 tier 3s, a tier 2, a lane of racks at top, and they're going to take your Shrine as well. They're taking everything they want.
Yeah, they don't really want to push without the Aegis being up on the Huskar, so they're just going to play a little bit more carefully now, wait for that second Roche, I imagine, before they go for the high ground.
Yeah, but they're definitely still going to be putting pressure on. You know, they've got these big ultimates. They've got no reason to be feared on the map. They just need to keep the pressure and play. Oh, okay. Viking are looking to go here. They realize that they might have an opportunity. Aegis is down. They've obviously got it timed, which is very commendable. Now, what can they do? They've got the observers down so they can see what's going on. Now, the smoke's going to get broken. Did they see them? Yes, they did. That was an observer ward. They know that they're smoking. They know that they've popped it, and they know that they probably need to get themselves back. Very, very well done from GODSENT here. See, this is a GODSENT which we saw yesterday. They're controlled. They're playing to their timings. They seem to know what they're doing. Not the GODSENT we saw an hour ago, but I'm glad to see that the real GODSENT have come out to play now. This could still be a very good match.
Ooh, Nethershore. Very nice on the ET or the Puck.
Yep. Yeah, the anti-armor is a little bit scary, but...
Aramis wasn't digging and Shovel was off cooldown.
Ugh. Very weak. Sassive Fovel.
Dude, this Royal Jelly feels so good on Slark.
Does it?
Zero has a little bit of mana
dear. Boom. Oh dear, he's really pushing it now. You know, we gave you one free pass, but that's all you get, I'm afraid. Buki now getting started upon, and the Esper got to rip through, and there should be enough damage to finish the job here. Meanwhile, Wish going on a bit of an adventure, as is the Chain Frost, slowing him down, somehow following him all the way, which is going to save Toby's life. A charge away, but a great Winter's Curse here, holding them back, and Ira's just going to nom away to the tributes. Down goes Boom, and it looks like Elder Titan going to follow him to the grave. Wish gets himself a double kill, and once again, I feel like the high ground's going to be found. Ira comes sliding in, slowing up Toby. Toby trying to get himself away using that waning rift, but Ira's on top of him. Where is the damage? It's not going to be there in time as he can jaunt himself to that orb. Wish trying to keep himself low. A buyback from Aramis, a buyback from Boom might just keep GODSENT out of their base for now, but the clock really is ticking, and the grip from GODSENT is tightening with every minute of this game. They are not giving Viking room to breathe. This is really nice display from GODSENT, has to be said. And they might have Roche to play around in about a minute or so. We will know when he's spawning. If it's an early spawn, then it's going to be so good for GODSENT. If it's a later one, we might see a little bit of a more chance for Viking to make some plays in this one.
Yeah, really well played by GODSENT. They're doing a really good job just playing around this Huskar. But this is what we wanted from them last game. Like, we wanted them to be able to play this tempo like they did with the... We wanted them to with the Timber. This time, the Huskar just feels so much like more of a threat this game. Like, Boogie and... who's the carry? Era, they're kind of like just playing so much more aggressively on the map instead of kind of just like doing their own thing all the time. And as long as they just keep playing around this Huskar, you know, you get the second Roche. They're in a real good situation at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They certainly are, and they have earned it.
Dire's top
So,
tower is under
looking at this game, and you know, 11 to 12 on the scoreline, but a huge net worth advantage for GODSENT, because 10 of these kills for Viking happened before the 12-minute mark, roughly. So they've only had 1 kill since then, and GODSENT were about like 5 kills at that stage, and now they're up to 12.
Huskar gets a Vambrace recipe.
Dire's top tower
That's
Cool.
one hero which you absolutely love to see.
Dire's structures are
On his neutral items are pretty insane, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Iron
there are some
Tree.
heroes that, like Wisp and Huskar, for example, are both really good with a lot of the neutral items.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're pretty crazy. Like, you hit this timing around the mid game where you just shove them all on that one hero.
bottom tower.
Like, I feel like whenever there's a Wisp game and like 15 minutes comes up, you're like, Wisp, you need to make 3 slots, please.
Yeah, he's loving it. But oh, range creep takes the last hit. Cheeky. Okay, see ya. Waiting to set a trap here, perhaps. Oh, I'll get that value hit out on Toby. Yeah, phase shift that one. Idiot.
Ooh, BKB on the Ursa is a pretty big deal, though.
It definitely gives him something to play around, that's for sure. But my concern is getting into these fights. You know, the reason why I like the Lifestealer pick would be because you can get inside the puck, you can get to the backlines, you can stop this Enchantress and this Winter Wyvern from getting off their spells and just ripping apart your team if you try and go one of these tanky frontliners. And I still feel like Ursa's going to suffer from this. Getting him into the fight is great, but if he's not taking care of the heroes in the backlines, and the moment that enrage ends, he's just going to be fresh meat, and Aramis just...
What is?
Dire's mid
gives
I have
his
a really
life for the
bad
cause,
feeling.
and that's a dieback.
I think he just mismicroed his hero because he thought
Yeah.
he was trying to control his spirit.
Yeah, I think you're right. There was
Oh,
no way you
dear.
do that otherwise. And Wish gets a free Aegis and cheese. Oh dear, indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, that might have just lost them the game, honestly.
I mean, I don't think they could contest the Roche anyway, but it just buys them more time.
Don't know about that. They've got great Roche fighting. They've got Magnus with RP. They've got Shad with his new BKB. You know, if they can find a way, at least delay them, threaten them. But one hero down, and GODSENT just go thank you very much and clean their hands of Roshan. And now with his Aegis and cheese, they are up on the high ground. GODSENT, there has to be a response now to their aggression. Toby, this is going to be his response. I like this. I like this a lot. It doesn't look like they've spotted him. Same with the Ursa. Everyone's just on the wrong side of the map for Viking, and it's perfect.
Ooh, he got the gem off the courier on Ursa.
Yo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, down in the bottom lane, however, there are some creep. See, again, they've got 2 lanes of creeps, but not the one which they're pushing. And all it takes is one wave. All it takes is 1 lane of creeps. They're going to go for the wraparound here. The cheeky wraparound play, and they might catch the Enchantress. This could be something, but they're going for the long way.
They need to get the Wyvern and the Doom. They're the 2 big ones. If they
Yeah.
can take them out at the
What?
start of the fight, it makes Huskar's life a lot harder.
Sick dodge from Huskar there, by the way, dodging the stomp. I mean, it wasn't much, but it made me happy. And they've actually seen them on the backlines, immediately turning around here. Oh, dear. They're,
Wish doesn't care.
they've been completely bamboozled, and yeah, like, oh, we're going to force the Huskar. No, you're not. He's got more important things to deal with, so they are going to kill off OKC. Okay.
Right.
Cool, but you've lost a range, Rax, but the creeps are gone now as well. Now then comes a coil on the backlines. They're trying to bring down another one, and it'll get annoyed. This could be bad. GODSENT 2 heroes down. I'm not sure they can fight up into this one. Wish being controlled up very nicely on the front lines whilst they drop the Doom. They're dropping everything, actually, onto the Ursa. They're going to try and deal with him right now, but in comes the Skewer. Is it enough? No, it's not. Shad and Aramis do eat the dirt, but they're going to buy back and still try and fight this one, but Boom's dead as well. Nice Chain Frost going to bring down Era at the very least, and now they jump forwards onto Wish. Wish trying to fight up into everything right now. Boogie giving them back up he needs, but Wish is just sitting on the front lines. He's an absolute beast, but in comes Shad trying to finish the deal. Wish will get 1 more kill, but he's got the Aegis. He's fighting Shad. He's going to get the dive back on Shad, and Toby going to go down as well. It's a rampage for Wish. A 2 versus 5, and they win. They win everything. They win the entire game. GODSENT. They just tie up this game. 25 minutes in a nice little bow. That is revenge for game number 1. A quick 1-2 game, and with onto the 3rd game in like under an hour, it feels like. My God. Well, that's
That
it
was I feel like for Viking that game, their biggest problem was trying to contest that Huskar earlier than they should have. They had they had the right idea in the last fight about going onto the backline and fighting the Wyvern. Because if the Wyvern's up, it's impossible to kill the Huskar.
Yeah.
So they understood what the issues were. They tried to deal with them, but they fell behind too much by using these buybacks early on that I feel like they shouldn't have had to. It's like, just let your towers fall if you need to. Just shove the other lanes in. Just try, like they were trying when the Huskar was going high ground, right? But their supports both just didn't. Like the Elder Titan's trying to build a vessel, right? The Aramis died like too many times at the start of the game and brought back when I feel like